Hello, dear classmates and tutor. This is me, Mario Munoz, and in this time we're going to talk a little bit about this step 5 final exam, testing and evaluation in English language teaching. And I'm going to start to the first slide, the introduction. The learning of foreign languages or a second language in cultural diverse communities represents a series of challenges that come together to reflect on the current pedagogical practice, because they usually do not respond to the particular conditions of the actors of these populations. Given that the English teaching process was not significant for indigenous students, it was necessary to start studying their cultural characteristics. To this end, an ethnographic approach was adopted that would make it possible to understand the beliefs, values, perspectives, folklore, and handicraft that this community pursued. The objective is to perform an analysis of an evaluation proposal, to plan learning strategies according to the needs and conditions of the population, to design a pedagogical proposal that leads to development of the defined community skills, to evaluate learning process effectively in short, medium, and long term. Okay, the need. Through the method of natural learning focuses on the communicative and sensory approach. It is about learning in second languages, so you learn by exposing it. The context. English languages learning for this type of indigenous community is a challenge of language education, as it must be based on social context, economic and cultural strategies, designed to meet the needs of these communities. Another important aspect is to know your mother tongue for effective and assertive communication between teachers and students. This practice must be carried out in a collaborative way and with experience based on the real environments, under observation and monitoring of their English language learning process. This population addressed a group of average students who belong to a shelter in the department of Opes. Students receive 2 hours of English every day. The group is 16 students aged from 11 to 16 years. Methods and approaches. The method of inclusion of the English to this population is starting from the needs of the students and their surrounding context. The method must be cooperative in order to make learning more meaningfully, and this way build knowledge in various activities, propose in a group way, and share real experience, with the accompaniment of observation of teacher around the development of linguistic skills, feeding and deepening content through active interaction. The task-based method. The emphasis of this method is on language-based tasks, rather than on the language itself. Teachers who use this method focus on giving tasks to be completed to the students during the test. Problems and errors often become evident, and once the task is finished, teachers then discuss the error and explain why it was wrong, teach the necessary rules, and set another task for their students. Assessment for English-specific proposals. It is very important to take into account the level of English of applicants, since this population usually doesn't have an equal level of English information, since they are usually discriminate populations that have little access to education. On the other hand, the evaluations must be formative and summative. That is, the entire learning process of the apprentice must be taken into account. Evaluation done through technology. The technological tools for the teaching of English to this type of populations is somewhat difficult because of the scarcity of economic resources in rural schools and the social conditions make to see the learning and teaching of English limited by there is not enough teaching material. However, designing a strategy with a fairly didactic technological approach could be great help and support for those teachers, and so children will be more motivated to learn a second language. So this is my design plan for this kind of population. Um, the students will be level A2 population, a group of Aboriginal students. Skills to develop listen, reading, writing, and speaking. There are two principal objectives. To use the simple present tense to talk about free time activities, to understand leisure activities people do and talk effectively about them. Warm-up activity. Post on the classroom several pictures and flashcards about free time activities and ask the students to describe the pictures they know, and students learn new vocabulary, spelling and pronunciation of auxiliary words, and students practice sentence intonation using the words in context. Presentation activity. Students write a list of 5 things they like doing on their free time, taking into account the pictures activities. Oral activity. When they finish, they must working with their classmates ask each other, what do you like doing on your free time? And find 3 people who like doing the same as they do. Students share their findings in class. Teacher hands ESL worksheet and explains students they're going to work with a video. The student watch the video and answer the questions requested in the worksheet. Practice activity. Students write a word bank of sporting groups. They compare their lists with classmates from a different group to add more words to their list. They put the words into 3 different columns: play, do, and go. Students write 70-word letters responding to the following message. Tell me about free time activities and sport in your country. What do you and your friends do on your free time? Where do you go? Who do you go with? Which ones are popular? Which ones are not? What sports do you like playing? What sports would you like to practice? In this production activity, work in pairs holding a shared interview with each other, asking and answering questions. Students will be sorted in groups and asked to investigate about the following sports: capoeira, squash, baseball, cricket, hurling, and hockey. They must prepare a short presentation for the classmates about where this sport is popular and how it is played. Okay, guys, this is all my presentation speech. So I think you could understand me, and thank you for watching me, hearing me, and have a nice night. Bye bye. See you next time. Thank you very much.